again. Okay, guys. So here we are. We're live. We had a little bit of a strange, awkward opening. I was temporarily kidnapped by aliens, but here I am with my good friend Sterling Tompkins, and here we go. We're now starting. This is our official start. So happy to see you all. Thanks for coming by. Sterling, one thing I wanted to tell you
Yeah.
is that I watched your Saudi stream, your story about how you got the job and you went to Saudi Arabia and your travels. Wonderful story. I'm so glad you shared it. I mean, to me, you were such a success story of someone raised in New York who left. And I think it's because of your character that you were able to kind of find these circumstances, because it was like, you know, you got a call and then all of a sudden you're in Saudi Arabia and then you're in Germany and you're in Switzerland skiing. I really think that speaks a lot about your character. I'm trying to embarrass the shit out of you, and I hope I did. So
Thank you so much. I appreciate
you're welcome.
Hey guys, I got some help from some really key people along the way, and that made a big difference. But no, I'll always treasure my time in Saudi. It was quite an experience. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to tell the story for a long, long time. I really did, and I'm glad I finally got to tell a little bit about it. There's more to it. There's more interesting connections. There's more London stories. But yeah, we'll get there eventually. So, but thank you so much, Mitch. That's very, very nice.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and I'm hoping, as you know, I don't know how you feel about this, but you know how when you leave, you know, I left not that long ago. You left a long time ago. At least in my perspective, it may not seem that way to you, but you know, the further you get away from that, the louder this saying is, "What was I thinking?" You know, it gets louder and louder and louder, and then you know you start to see more things and get different perspective on things. So I'm hoping that you'll share more in the future on that, because that was great.
Yeah, and also realizing that, you know, people out in the real world are generally good, nice, kind people. I mean, they really did make it seem like there's boogeymen out there. And I know it's a little different for you. Again, you have a very, very unique insight and position to observe everything you did for so many years. Whereas I was more of your run-of-the-mill kid born into a cult and grew up in a cult and worked for a cult.
Well,
Besides my familial connections, really nothing that special.
yeah.
But you know, I was there. I was at Golden Air Productions. Obviously, that's where we met. And you know, you know, I've said I wish I could get copies of the films we did together so I could see that again.
I know.
I really do. That would be.
I would love to share. I'd love to share them with the world. I mean, yeah, it would be great. So, and speaking of films, have you done your homework this week?
Okay, so. So look, I blame you for my lack of homework. I got this great book that I'm reading and I can't really put it down. So I've been kind of pushing everything aside. Guys, if you've not purchased Mitch's book yet, it is fantastic. This is not a paid advertisement. I really mean it.
You mean
it's going to make it up on my shelf.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So there we go. Yeah.
Well, I've tried. It won't focus. And one of the reasons why I just want to say why it's a special book to me is because I'm always fascinated with books that involve some portion of my life. And obviously, we were at the same location for up to 15 years at one point. So any story you have to tell or any insight or view you have on the time I spent there is always fascinating to me to look back at.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, and likewise.
Yeah, so why I like my little, sister's book, Jenna. She talks about our time together when we were there. Leah's book, I just love. Of course, I play no part in that book. But anyways, it's just, yeah, it's a fantastic book. If you haven't picked it up, guys, it's very well written. It's enjoyable. Please get a copy. I love it. I'm not being paid for this advertisement.
No, you're not.
It's really what I think. It's really what I think.
Thanks, Sterling. And if you do get it on Amazon, please leave a review. Somebody's asking where Ray is. I was hoping she could show up. Tonight, she's celebrating her wife's, Michelle's birthday. So she may not be able to make it, or she might be a little bit late. But so I'm sorry for the disappointment. Sterling and I are going to try to carry on without her. I know it's tough because she is absolutely a joy. Yeah, this question was actually for you.
What is it here?
Yeah,
where's Ray?
Ray? Yeah, but anyway. Yeah. There you go. That's the answer to that. And let me see. So here's a question I should answer right now. This is from Duchess Diana. She has a question. Do you know when it might come out in Audible? Well, yes. I'm going to start recording this week. I'm really going to try to get it done and out in record time. So
Mitch, Duchess Diana is the lady that was an expat as well.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. She worked in the
fantastic.
Middle East. Yeah, yeah. She sent me an email. I'm gonna get back to her.
So she's a
But yeah,
never in who was in, but an in Saudi Arabia. She's
exactly,
in your
exactly.
story that way. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And I'll have to relay this to Rachel that whiteness. Oh, happy
Witness,
birthday.
witness. Yes,
Right. But
witness.
why does it have an H? Okay. Like, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, there's
So,
questions in there too about favorite Christmas movies because I spoke about that last night.
oh, yeah.
Because the only movie I did watch in the last 7 days or 14 days since we spoke was Die Hard, which is an absolutely wonderful Christmas movie.
Yeah, I mean, to me, a Christmas movie is just a movie you go to on Christmas, right? I mean, that's like if
Yeah,
you say Christmas movie, it has nothing to do with, whatever, like A Christmas Carol or some whatever, The Elf or
yeah,
whatever. It's just what movie they release that you can go see. And for me, I think for me, my two biggest Christmas movies would be, what would it be? It would be one of the James Bond films, I think From Russia with Love was a
that's a
Christmas
Christmas
movie.
one.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I went to see it at Grauman's Chinese on
Okay,
Christmas Day. Also, Dirty Harry was a Christmas movie.
was it
Was
really?
yeah, it was in theaters on Christmas because Christmas is a big, people Thanksgiving and Christmas, generally
Right.
speaking, mom kicks everybody out of the house so she can cook for Christmas dinner. And so like, what are we going to do? So we go to a movie. I think the other one would have been Die Hard, which out on Christmas.
Classic.
Total classic. And then I'm trying to think, there was one that I missed. Oh, actually, one of the last ones that I went to with my kids, with my boys, was the Coen Brothers True Grit, which I saw on Christmas Day at the Cinerama Dome. And there's something wonderful about going to a movie on Christmas Day because you're with all of these people and kids, and they've opened their presents, and everybody has this sort of joyous connection.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, it's
And
really great.
but wait, True Grit, the first one, the John
No,
Wayne
no, no,
version.
no, 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 not the John Wayne, the Coen Brothers
Coen
version
Brothers, so good,
with Jeff Bridges. Oh, fantastic! One of the greatest
so
remakes
good.
of all time. I'll tell
Everyone in
you.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I was never a big John Wayne fan, but I did go. I used to play hooky from work, and this is a really funny story. I went to Westwood. What is that theater? The Bruin or the Village? One of those two theaters. And I went to see the original True Grit with John Wayne. It was an afternoon showing, and what's his name? Oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Charlie Sheen's dad, Estevez.
Oh, Martin.
Martin Sheen, yeah,
Yeah,
Martin Sheen. So Martin Sheen is there, and I recognize him because he's a big star, right?
yeah, yeah.
And he's with these two little boys, and all three of them are wearing ball caps. And then I realized later, oh, that was Charlie and his brother. So it's just kind of, I think back at that of like, you know, him taking his kids to see that movie on a weekday,
Right.
probably hooky from school. So anyway,
Okay.
there you
Well,
go. So let me see, what else do we have to cover here?
well, I've tagged some questions. We'll obviously get to those near the end.
Yeah, okay.
Can we still do the trivia with
Oh yeah,
two
absolutely.
people?
I have some questions for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
have
Ooh.
questions for me. And then I thought, I mean, here's the deal, Sterling. I made so many questions that first time we did this.
Yeah.
I haven't run out yet. So I'm like, sometimes it pays to be prepared. So if
Right.
you got one for me, shoot. And then I thought we
Sure.
might also, if we have time, we might also talk about some of the best things we saw streaming, because I know you like to watch Netflix and whatever.
I do. I do.
And you may have some favorites that I would be interested to know. We're not going to do movies yet because I'm just catching up. I'm just starting to get screeners. And so, I watched the other night, I watched, the Killers of the Flower Moon, and I watched, finally I saw Barbie. And so I'm just kind of catching up.
Right.
And,
Right.
and I'm sure later on when we have Rachel here, we'll do like Oscar predicts, or we'll talk about what movies didn't suck. So let me I'm going to open up my questions. You have one?
Yeah. Here we go. Let's start with a simple one
Yeah,
here.
I'm listening. I'm just opening up mine.
Oh, well, it's funny enough. This is not intentional. It was not planned in any way. In what 1981 movie did Tom Cruise make his film debut?
Oh, in 1981, that would be The Outsiders. No, the Rumblefish. No, he was. It would be the one about the Citadel. What was it? The military school one?
No, no taps. No. Nope.
No, shit. You got me.
Good guess.
No, hold
Dreamscape.
on. Let's get the chat.
Yeah.
Risky Business? No, it wasn't a Risky Business. That
Nope.
was later. No, I was reading that from the chat.
Oh, no, and I thought it would have been his Legend role, but that wasn't actually.
No, that was later too. That was really a shame he made such a horrible movie with Ridley Scott. I mean, that was just like, how do you do that? Well, he made a horrible he made a horrible movie with what's his name? You know, Eyes Wide Shut, who was one of the greatest.
I'm realizing, by the way, all of these are all Tom. That must be all Tom questions. That's weird. Yes, they're all Tom questions. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, yeah, because they're going to tell us who they're going to give us the answer. Red Dawn. He wasn't in Red Dawn. Great film, though.
Yeah, really good one. You guys ready for the answer?
I am. I'm dying to hear it.
Endless Love.
Oh my! He was in Endless Love. That was. Wait a minute. Endless Love was Brooke Shields, no? Or was that?
Was it?
Who was it?
No, I don't think so.
Who was in Endless Love? That would be funny if it was Brooke Shields.
Yeah, right?
Well, they did eventually make up.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Are you looking it up? Who was in Endless Love?
No, I'm looking up other questions.
Okay, I got one for you. Hey Siri, who was in Endless Love? Ooh, gross. Endless Love. That was Franco Zeffirelli. No, that was, I know who that was. That was, that dreadful Italian director. Okay, good. Let's move on. So I need to ask you.
It was Brooke Shields, apparently.
Yeah, it was Brooke. Yeah, okay. I thought so. That's funny. So maybe that's weird. That, okay.
My turn. Go for it. Knock me out.
Yeah. Okay. I think we already did this one. Tell me if we already did it.
Sure.
Because I tried to mark them, but they're all in one sheet. Okay. Which film holds the record for destroying the most cars? Did we do that?
Yeah, we did do that. I thought it was the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, right. I remember.
Yeah, but you said it was what?
The answer is, believe it or not, Die Hard 2, A Good Day to Die Hard, or A Good Day to Die Hard.
Hard. Right.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna mark that real quick. Make sure I don't come back to it. Okay.
All right, my turn. We're going back at you.
No. I get to ask you one because.
Oh, okay. You're right. Good point.
Yeah. So, okay, here's a gimme. Okay, this is easy. What kind of breakfast does Donkey want to make it with Shrek in the movie Shrek?
Oh my God! What kind of breakfast?
If you saw that film, you were over 6 years old, you wouldn't remember. Okay, so I'm going to give you a multiple choice. Was it waffles, ham and eggs, or pancakes?
It was waffles.
Yeah, very good. Ding, ding, ding.
I just remember the word. I just remember Eddie Murphy saying waffles.
Waffles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Foster,
job.
good guess. That's what I would have guessed too.
Yeah.
Oop. Okay.
Yeah, I will only talk into my mic. I'm trying not to. When I look away, I won't talk. Very sorry about that.
I just turned up the volume.
Yeah, but when you turn away, you actually ride the volume?
No, yeah.
No.
When you turned away, I was messing with my volume.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do that anymore because these mics, they sound good, but they're notorious for being super directional, which really sucks. Okay, good. So it's your turn.
All right, here we go. You ready? Okay.
Absolutely.
You can circle back if this one is okay. What animated movies opening scene features a rising sun, an array of wildlife, and a song with the Zulu lyrics, Nance Ignomamia Bakhati Baba?
Oh, can you give me a hint? That would be Lion King.
Yes, there we go. You got it. Easy.
Yeah, that was too easy.
I would have never gotten that.
Yeah, yes, you would have. Okay, since we're on the question of animation, I'll give you one. This is really difficult. I'll see if anybody in the chat can even get this. Okay, so I'm going to bring my mic over with me. Is that better? So I can read this. Let me see if I can read this here. Okay, which one of these is the world's first animated film? Phantasmagoria, Gertie the Dinosaur, or Oswald the Lucky Rabbit? There's no multiple choice. Well, that is multiple choice, sorry. But so which one of those three? Yeah, this is the first animated film. This is the first film that was considered an animated film, meaning it used drawings that were pin registered on what they refer to as cells and blah blah blah.
Oh, so it's still a cartoon then, essentially.
Yeah, animated film.
Okay.
I went to California Institute of the Arts, so, which was funded by the Walt Disney Company. So we don't say a cartoon, we say
Wait a second.
animated. There's no school of cartoon. There's the school of animation. Are you getting with it? Okay, good. So we're talking animated.
I'm realizing
Yeah.
quickly that I'm a popcorn movie guy. I'm not a my movie taste
Yeah,
do
no,
not match my wine tastes at all.
No. Yeah, exactly. No. I'm giving you a hard time.
So
You're perfect.
it's Oswald, and it's only because the chat is awesome and they know it.
Okay, it's actually Phantasmagoria, 1908.
Is it?
Yeah. So in here, I'll give you a little
I would have
background
thought
on
this,
this.
by the way, Mitch. I would have thought this.
What's that?
Steamboat Mickey.
Yeah, no, that was the first Mickey Mouse cartoon. But and I was really surprised by this answer because, having gone to California Institute of the Arts, which is a Disney-sponsored school, and it is the #1 feeder school to Disney animation. Although I didn't study animation there, I took the history of animation, and I was taught by two guys who were like, one was a legend of UPA, which was a studio that did Mr. Magoo and all of that sort of mid-century modern animation, and the other one was a guy who was a top animator in the 50s and 60s at Disney. So I was really lucky. I had these two professors teaching the history of animation, and I came out of that class thinking it was Gertie the Dinosaur, because that's the one that we studied. I'd never even heard of this one, so I'm like, I'm calling Cal Arts tomorrow. I want my money back. But apparently, Phantasmagoria, there was a French animator by the name of Emile Cole. He created Phantasmagoria, the first animated film using hand-drawn animation. Film historians consider it to be the first animated cartoon to make this film. Cole placed each drawing on an illuminated glass plate, then traced the next drawing with variations on top until he had around 700 drawings. And so that would have been the way animation was done. It was called cell animation. I'll tell you an interesting little factoid about hand-drawn animation, because it's not done anymore. So
Yeah.
there's the team that does, like, let's take a classic piece of animation like Dumbo, which is an unbelievable piece of art. It's a masterpiece. And you would have people you'd have called key animators, and they would do the key motion drawings. And then you'd have guys that would do the fill-in, right? And they would actually draw the in-between. They were called in-betweeners. And they would draw in between the key drawings, right? And then they would go to the cell department where somebody would ink on acetate. They'd ink an outline of the character. And then they would go to the painting department where the cells were painted. Now, one of the keys, most difficult things with animation, computer or hand, is that when a character freezes, the character can't look like dead, right? Because when people freeze, they're still breathing, their eyes move, there's a little bit of motion. So they had to replicate that in animation. So the inkers, the people were drawing these ink outlines with these crow quill pens, they could actually breathe the thickness of the ink. They were that skilled. And somebody had brought up, when I was in college, somebody brought up the fact, like, why doesn't Disney go back and just for the heck of it make one of these classic animated films? Because, like going to the moon, it would take 20 years to train the team how to do
that again.
Yeah, that's how lost that art is. So,
wow, that's crazy.
Never stop appreciating the great era of Disney hand-drawn animation. Okay, so that's where that's all about. There was an animated film before that, but it was a guy, an artist, hand-painted directly onto film, and we're not counting that. So, okay, your turn. This is deep trivia. Okay, I'm ready for you.
All right, here we go.
I'm on mic, and I'm ready for you.
Since we're on that subject, in a 1965 TV cartoon special, for what comic strip character does he get small Christmas tree with almost no leaves on it?
That would be Charlie Brown Christmas Special.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, that would be almost impossible not to get because it's on Christmas and they're pushing it all over Netflix. Okay, so here's a good one. This isn't actually an interesting one. Okay, so what Western is most often cited as having the most intense gun battle in history?
I
can give you a hint.
The good, the bad, and the ugly?
No. Okay. No, you're actually not far off year-wise.
Okay.
It,
I
it
didn't
would,
watch a lot of westerns
okay, good. I'll send you a list of westerns that you have to
to watch.
watch
Okay.
by next week. No, I'm just kidding. So,
I'm in Christmas mode right now. I'm watching Christmas movies.
oh yeah, well, yeah, that's just any movie that came out on Christmas. So, the answer is The Wild Bunch.
The Wild
I
Bunch.
mean, yeah, Sam Peckinpah's The Wild Bunch. If you never
Okay.
saw that, you need to watch that.
Okay. Never
That
saw
is
it.
the big shootout. There's a shootout in that where the bad guys, the perps, they're shooting shotguns into a building, a wood building. And what Sam Peckinpah had them do was rig explosives onto the building. So when the shotgun hit the wood, the entire wall would just explode. Like the whole thing is so exaggerated. And halfway through the day, they ran out of dynamite because the pyro crew didn't anticipate needing that much explosives. And he immediately fired those two guys and ordered his AD to fly with them back to LA, hire two more guys, and get a hold of enough dynamite to come back so they could finish the film.
Now I got to see that. Now I
Oh,
definitely have to see that.
there's like books written about it. There's a book called "They Shoot Horses, Don't They?" Because there's a famous scene where there's maybe 20 horses go up a bridge, a bridge explodes, and all the horses and all the men go into the river, and you don't see it, but there's a team of divers, safety divers. One of the horses died. It's amazing. No people died. That was the beginning of all these animal safety laws because they kill a horse on that. So yeah, you have to see it.
Someone wrote Urban Cowboy for the Western with the best shootout.
Yeah, no, but we didn't. That shootout was in the bedroom behind doors, so we didn't actually see it. But yeah, that's a good answer. So now it's you. It's up to you.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm there.
All right, you ready?
Yeah,
Okay, here we
totally.
go. Next one. Ooh. Hey, for all you I can't say it out loud. Okay, The Empire Strikes Back hit theaters during Memorial Day weekend in 1980. That same week, an iconic horror film opened but had a relatively weak opening box office because it was counter-programmed against the Star Wars installment. Don't say it yet, Mitch. Don't say give it a beat before we do it. Because it was counter-programmed against the Star Wars installment, what was this Jack Nicholson starring horror film? Let's see.
Well,
If
there you
people,
go.
no, don't say it. Let's see if people get
No,
in
no,
the
no,
chat.
no. I don't want to look at the chat. I
No.
gotta.
You don't look it up. I want to see the chat. Give it a
Well,
second.
I gotta flip off. I gotta flip away from my there. I can't see the chat. I mean, I know the answer, so it's like.
I figured you did. I want to see.
Well, Jack Nicholson's only made one horror film, so that's really hard to miss.
Blazing Saddles. You can't park that horse here. It's illegal. Yes, guys. Mitch, go ahead because everyone said it.
That would be, hello. What was it? He's back. No, Johnny's back. Hello, Johnny. It's Johnny. Whatever it is. That would be The Shining.
Yeah. Oh, and before I forget, Mitch, you've seen Ghostbusters, right?
Sorry.
You've seen Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Everyone at least twice.
I was asked last night what my favorite movie quote of all time was, and the only one I could think of, and I butchered it. So my twin brother Justin called me today. He was like, "Dude, you butchered the quote.
What
your
was
favorite
it? Come
quote from a
on.
movie. It's this
Wait,
one.
hold on. I want to write. I got to write one down. Don't look
Okay.
at the chat. I'm going to write this down. Hold on.
Well, you don't want me to look at the chat. Why? Because you're going to.
No, do not look at the chat because I'm going to type in my favorite quote from Ghostbusters, and this way we can see if it's the same.
Okay. That'd be
Okay.
fun. Yeah, let's see if it is. Let's see how close it is. Guys, if you have a favorite quote from Ghostbusters, knock yourself out too. And I hope, to my brother Justin, I hope I don't butcher this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's mine.
Okay.
Okay. So I got
ready?
mine
You
in
wrote it
there.
down.
So
Okay, so
yeah, I wrote it down.
My favorite quote from Ghostbusters is the scene when they're in the mayor's office, and the mayor's asking about what was happening, and Dan Aykroyd says everything was going great, Mayor. The mayor asks what's wrong, and he goes, everything was going great here until Dickless here shut off the power. And the mayor turns to Bill Murray and says, is that true? He goes, "Yes, sir. It is true. This man has no dick."
Yeah, right. That's a really good one. That's
One
a
of my
really good one.
favorite quotes. It
Yeah,
cracked me up.
yeah.
Oh
It's
yes.
yeah. I don't know why I didn't remember that one. No, mine is that's a big Twinkie. Anyway,
There's a couple of people that actually had some good ones. Blow drill, dogs and cats living together, mayhem. Yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah, that's funny. That's such a good movie.
did you know we're going to talk about this later? But did you know that Sigourney Weaver is on the list? She's number 20 on the list of the greatest actors, the top 100 actors of like the last century.
I
She
would
is
disagree with that.
number 20. We'll talk about that later because she was recently in a streaming show that I thought was amazing.
Here we go.
Okay,
This is the line. Neen Polite, thank you so much. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Such a good movie, guys. Such a classic.
Yeah, I think we could do another.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it's Ariel Cereal. Thank you so much. It's true. This man.
yeah, it's true.
Something
Yeah,
about that line just cracked me up so much. Oh yeah, so good, so good, so good.
for sure.
Hey, we're gonna include the chat here, guys. Chat, everyone, all you watching. Hey, I would love to hear your little poll quickly. Who do you think is the best female actor in the last 50 years? Knock yourself out. Throw it in there. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. And we will continue doing trivia while you
Oh
answer
wow!
that.
What don't we get to answer?
We'll get to put our answers in there for sure.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I just want to play your game now, Sterling. I don't want to even host this anymore. I'm just going to. Okay, good. I have to remember somebody mentioned that when I said I'll write it down, they're also seeing it on your channel. So I totally forgot about that. Let me see if I can find a question here that's worth asking. Yeah, some of these are kind of. You need to be a little older to answer this. Okay, here's one. This is one you can probably just guess at. This says, how many Oscars did Sound of Music win?
Oh,
One, 5, or 10. 1, 5, or 10. How many?
I want to say, I want to say 5.
Okay, good. It was 5. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
Yeah, I should have made it 1, 4, 5, or 10. But anyway, it won Best Picture, Best Director for Robert Wise, editing, musical score, and sound.
Wow, that's a lot.
That was Robert Wise, who also directed West Side Story, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and edited Citizen Kane. In case anybody's interested.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. Mindy Doolin, have you seen or heard the Jason Bateman lines about Scientology in the Central Intelligence movie? No, put them up.
No.
We'd love to know. But
Sterling needs a new opening. We need to
right.
Go grab you don't. I could watch that thing forever. It's so funny.
Amanda Beaumont, Amber Heard. I don't think that was the correct answer for one of the best actresses in the last 50 years.
Yeah, no. But hold on, hold on. Back up, Sterling. If she's referring to the Heard Depp trial, she's 100%. Yeah, if she's referring to her performance in the trial, she's maybe got a point there because that was pretty amazing.
True. By the way, I think hands down it was Meryl Streep.
I don't know. I'm going with
Is that the most common answer? Is that just the simple answer? That's
No. Sometimes the simple answer can also be the absolute correct answer. Okay. So all of these are great. I hate doing number one picks. I think it's better to do top 10. Somebody mentioned Helen.
Good idea. Yeah.
But somebody mentioned Helen Mirren, and if I had to pick, I would go with Helen Mirren.
Or even Kathy Bates. Someone mentioned
Bates. Yeah, but Helen Mirren, if you look at her entire body of work, is just amazing. She's like something else. Yeah. She's even made like stupid spy action adventure films like with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's like all over the place.
Like someone said, Toni Collette, she's also very good.
Yeah, I think we have a top 10 list. Let's not forget Sigourney Weaver because she needs to be.
No. We even have a Carrie Fisher in there. Now, I got to say, Carrie Fisher, one of her best roles, Mitch, was in the Blues Brothers. She was so
she was great. Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, she was so good.
Best
Someone said,
musical.
wait, let's see this one. Mitch.
What?
Catherine Deneuve. Deneuve.
Oh,
Do you know who that is?
does this
I don't.
person say? Yeah, I know why they said that.
Okay.
Yeah, Catherine Deneuve is maybe my major boyhood crush. Yeah, so and I think somebody had just posted a picture of her on Facebook, and I had written under it, "Oh, my favorite boyhood crush," and then somebody must have said that, and I went, But let's not, we're leaving the European actors out of this, and definitely Catherine Deneuve. She was amazing. If you've never seen Belle de Jour, you have to see that. And plus, she did. I mean, Catherine Deneuve is a couple of years older than I, and she's still acting. And she was in a film maybe 10 years ago. I can't think of the name of it. She's just spectacular. I mean, she's so good, so talented. But I was a little bit obsessed with French films in the 60s and 70s, especially crime films. But anyway, yeah. So there you go. Definitely Catherine Deneuve.
I love that. Oh, we've got Angela, we've got Julia Dreyfus. A lot of people in here. That's crazy.
Yeah, I just watched. Speaking of Julia Dreyfus, I'm trying to catch up on movies. I haven't seen any Harley movies this year. I mean, I went to the theater once. I saw Oppenheimer. That's a whole nother discussion. Unfortunately, I saw it in IMAX at the Universal Cineplex.
What did you think of Oppenheimer, by the way?
Well, first I have to tell you that I saw it I didn't like it. Okay, but I think the reason I didn't like it was because I saw it in IMAX, and it's like you can't, like, you need to stand back from a film. I mean, you to watch a film in IMAX, you're constantly moving your head around. You can't actually take the whole composition in all at once. I sat in the back row. The sound's too loud. It's weird. So I'm going to watch it again in a different context. But I think I didn't want to get into this yet, but since you're there, we will. I had some problems with it. I thought the first 20 minutes felt like a very subjective kind of an art film, and I wondered how they were going to make the transition, because there's no way the film could be like 3 hours of a subjective art film, right? It was all sort of looking through Oppenheimer's eyes, and it was all sort of very textural and sound effects and visual, sort of organic visual effects in the camera. And then they made the transition by bringing on, what's his name? Oh, come on, the guy who played the general. My brain's not working right now. Matt Damon. They brought on Matt Damon, and then all of a sudden the film had a plot, and it had a wise guy, and it had Matt Damon cracking sort of like quotable lines, and he was, and I'm like, oh, now it's a Hollywood film. It's no longer this kind of very abstract, symbolic, subjective film. Now it's a Hollywood film, and it sort of kept bouncing around trying to figure out what the hell it was.
Right.
I knew the story really well. I'd read a lot about Oppenheimer and the development of the A-bomb, and I really knew that story.
So you know the character that Damon plays, right? Because that is a fascinating person.
Yeah. General, what the hell?
Yeah, he's the guy that came up with carpet bombing or incendiary bombing. He's the guy that came up with the idea to,
Because and the other,
but also kind of a.
Yeah, they were crazy. I mean, one thing people don't realize is that, since we're off into all this. So anyway, the acting was unassailable, the cinematography unassailable, but I really have a problem when they shoot a film for the squarish IMAX format, when they know they're gonna recompose it for widescreen, and it's just like, it just never looks right. But that's just me. But the guys, a lot of people don't know this, Sterling, but napalm was invented. There was a bomb race. Right, there was this big bomb race in America, because there were the A-bomb guys, but at the same time there were the napalm guys, and we hear a lot about Nagasaki and Hiroshima, about the death and the destruction and all that, but it doesn't compare to the destruction that occurred during the bombing of Tokyo, which was napalm. We burned Tokyo to the ground, and we killed way more people than both Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and you don't hear about it ever.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it really is, and I would have loved if they.
What was the phrasing for it? It's when you bomb enough that the air temperature gets so hot in the city that everyone, there's an actual phrase for it, and
it sucks all the oxygen out, and everybody suffocates, even if you're not. there's nothing to breathe. Oh, they did that with napalm. I mean, forget the A-bomb. They did it with napalm. But anyway, what's his name? The pop sociologist, I can't think of it. Wrote a book called Bombers Mafia. Incredible book, all about those generals who came up with napalm, and they were literally in a race with the atom bomb guys,
Yeah.
and the napalm guys killed a lot more people, but the A bomb guys got all
That
the
I didn't
credit.
know. And
Yeah, it's really
we've taken
really
a dark
fascinating.
turn, guys, but that I did not
Yeah,
know.
really dark turn. So we were talking about movies. So yes,
Well, I
I
had an
didn't
idea.
like it. I blame it on the presentation. Yep.
I had an idea.
Yeah,
I
go
had an
ahead.
idea. Do you want to try something new? Do you want to go out on a limb?
Always.
Guys, I think because Mitch and I have vastly different knowledge of movies.
Right.
He probably knows a lot of what I know, but I don't really know a lot of what he knows. I want you guys in the chat to ask questions, and then Mitch and I will pop them up, and then Mitch and I will try to answer them, and then we'll
I think the only difference here, Sterling, you're
Yeah.
referring knowledge. The only difference is you've had more to drink. Okay, that's the only difference. Because
hey,
But you know,
that's one margarita. That's not enough to get me.
yeah, I know. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love
So-
that idea.
In the chat, guys, put question and ask movie trivia, and we will try and answer it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I'm filing under that. Under why didn't I think of that? Okay.
There's so many, guys. There's so many. Look, I've talked about this on my channel, Mitch. I think so important to talk about and earlier today, Mike Brown did a great interview on the subject to talk about the things about Scientology that are destructive, and that's the human trafficking, abuse of elders, and abuse of children.
Right.
And that's vitally important. But I love the balance of it. I think people like to see people that have survived that have come out and they're trying to get back to some normalcy in life and are trying to survive in a world they didn't even really understand existed for a part of their lives. Now, that doesn't necessarily apply all to you. It applies to me. You have your own particular story. So I think it's fascinating for this part, which is why I do these talks with you, which is why I do game night with Reese and Aaron. And so it's just a fun thing. So
Well, I'm confused. Did that come up as an issue? Because I thought it was
no,
like,
I just want to make sure people know why we do it.
well, yeah, I think the world doesn't comprise of Scientology anyway. Scientology is actually a really small part of it. And those
Tiny
of us
part,
that were involved in it don't necessarily think it's the most interesting thing in the world. And sometimes we want to talk about other things. So the fact of the matter is, Scientology is a global crime scene happening in real time. And I don't think any of us, on the other hand, want to turn our activism into Hollywood squares. So I think there's a real balance in there somewhere.
Here's our first question. You ready?
Okay,
we have
good.
to
Yeah,
agree to
let's do
disagree.
it.
Michael Graham, best Chevy Chase film. I have my answer, Mitch. So this is just an opinion thing. I'm gonna go with Caddyshack.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Fletch
but
was great.
Yeah,
Fletch was great, but
but I don't think Caddyshack, I don't think that counts as a Chevy Chase film because that was,
because he was ensemble.
yeah, it was a
just
total
think his character was so good in that. It was so
question.
Good.
Oh shit, sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. So what was your answer then? What do you think?
Well, I think it would be one of those vacation movies. I mean, I'm not a big Chevy Chase fan. I met him once in Hawaii accidentally. My girlfriend was friends with a guy he was with.
Yeah.
We hung out for an afternoon. We all got drunk. Anyway, I'm never a big Chevy Chase fan. He's really funny, but I think those vacation movies, it was probably the first one of those because, it was funny and it was really a Chevy Chase film. Caddyshack, when you say Caddyshack, I'm like, no, that was a Bill Murray film. That was just like, that was not a Chevy Chase film.
No, but his role in there, he was so good.
Yeah, he was great. He's a really, really, really funny guy.
I guess it's my favorite Chevy Chase film, not one that he starred in. Okay, we have another one. OBG Foster. What actress who portrayed a city girl in Desk Set also played a character in a TV Western series of the 60s?
I never heard of Death Set. Is that American or foreign?
I wouldn't know either. Sorry, guys. That's what if we don't know it, I don't think there's a. Oh, here we go. Okay, question. Being polite. What film was Keanu Reeves' debut? It wasn't Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, was it? That would be
It was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Was it? Okay,
Yeah.
Being polite. Let us know if we had that one right. We tried. I guess this is a question. Anna, actor or actress that changed most physically for a movie role?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you my favorite one, it may not be the best one because you could say that Eddie Murphy, who played those 7 characters, and they use all that massive makeup and everything. But I'm going to say, because it also had to do with really serious performance, would be Peter Sellers in Doctor Strangelove. He played 3 characters. He played the President of the United States. He played Wing Lieutenant Mandrake, and he played Doctor Strangelove. And people watched that movie, and you had to convince them later that that was the same actor.
I'm going to go with Christian Bale. When he played, I forget the name of the movie, but he lost like 100 pounds and was frail as can be. Known as one of the most, that's brutal on his body.
Yeah, I know. I'll give that to you. But Peter Sellers did that 3 times in one movie.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
imagine.
No. So some of these aren't questions; they're just what our opinions are.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with that one.
Oh, you mean there's no right or wrong? I'm not used to that.
There's no right or wrong.
I came out of Scientology where there's always a right or wrong. There can never.
Marilyn Honig, Coffee, Cults, and Crafts. Hey, Marilyn, how you doing?
Hey, Marilyn, one of our favorite never ends.
I know, right? And I love her weaving and her. I mean, anyway, she's awesome.
Weaving. Have you had her? I shouldn't say this because it's. I don't want to promote it too much, but Marilyn very, very kindly traded me a Scientology The Big Lie mug, coffee mug, which would make great Christmas presents, by the way. Go to my merch store. So for some of her homemade Vermont special, syrup, maple syrup, and it was just like mind-blowingly good.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
So yeah, Marilyn's awesome. We love Marilyn. What you got there, Marilyn?
For what movie did Tom Hanks score his first Academy Award nomination? I know it.
That was for Splash. Oh
Nope.
no, big.
Nope.
Big. No. Oh, really?
Yep. I'm going to guess that. Marilyn, let us know if that's correct. We'll look at it further. I think it's Philadelphia.
Yeah, please.
So, yeah.
No, wait, there was a question in here about Richard Gere. Where is it? I have to answer that one.
There was one about Richard Gere?
Yeah, there was. So where the hell
Pop
was
it up.
that?
Pop it up.
I don't see it. It was back a ways. You kind of blew by it.
Oh, here it is.
What does that say?
Matt Elliott, MAASPTV Canada. Question: which movie starring Richard Gere and Edward Norton was Norton's first and nominated as Best Supporting Actor? I don't know.
Oh, I thought I knew, but I don't. Hey, Matt, that's a great question.
That's a really good question. I have no clue.
Yeah, people are like Googling film trivia no one will ever answer.
That one should be that one. I mean, I guess it should be somewhat easy if Edward. But
I'm trying to think. Edward Norton. What did he win? What did he?
I thought it was American History X, but
no, Richard Gere wasn't in that,
and he was the main star of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know on that one, guys. So you have to put the answer in there first, Matt.
So the film you were trying to think of was The Machinist. Thank you, Anna, for that.
Thank you.
Atkinson, Texas, also, I need to point this out because Atkinson, Texas brought up Charlize Theron in Monster, and I'm thinking that that's in reference to a person who changed physically. And let's face it, we gave these all to men, and we forgot about what Charlize Theron did because she may have smoked everybody in Monster.
And I have to say, I agree with you on that because
so,
that was my second choice.
Yeah, I think our patriarchal prejudice is showing through a little bit. So thank you very much. Yeah, so I finally saw Barbie last night, and so I'm all big on, I've always been like, down with the patriarchy, but now that I've saw Barbie, I'm really like, I've committed myself to my.
We got the next one. CWC Sonichu, aka COB Bilf, CO Bilf. You know what? You change your name so much, dude, but that's okay. Hey, question. Abe Vigoda was in The Godfather, but he also appeared in one of the greatest films of all time, in which he said, "I think I broke my ass." Name this classic.
Oh, my God. Well, one of the answers is The Godfather, because that was one of the greatest films of all time. I think I broke my ass. Oh, no. Come on, give us the answer. We're not going to.
Yeah, you're going to have to give us the answer on that one.
Yeah,
I want to say it's Trading Places, but I don't know who Abe Vigoda is. So.
Abe Vigoda was a real mafia guy who became an actor. Amazing guy.
Crazy. Question.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Amen.
I'm confused. I'm thinking of another guy in The Godfather. Abe Vigoda was an actor. He was never in the mafia.
Okay. Question: what's it like to be
I'm
alive?
thinking the guy, hold on, the guy who pays Salazzo. That guy was a mafia enforcer.
What's it like to be alive? Wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. Actually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because I can't remember what it was like to be dead. So it's whatever that is that I can't remember. I do know that it's not that.
Okay. Kiki Lahibu. Trivia question. First horror film to win an Oscar. Oh, was it that one? Oh man, these are tough questions.
Yeah.
What's the one where the guy goes up with the family and everyone Get Out? Was it Get Out?
No, 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 no. I'm sure something went before Get Out. That was only a couple of years ago. But was that the first horror film?
That won an Oscar, I would guess. We don't know. We were like 0 for 10 on this. Let us know in the chat, please.
Hey, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Chow Yun Smut asks, how many different colors was the horse of a different color in The Wizard of Oz? I thought it was just a different color. Like it was one different color. So maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's what I thought. Oh,
Question.
yeah, Abe Vigoda. But hold on a sec. I think we got somebody wanted to answer the Abe Vigoda question.
Okay.
Whoops, I got the wrong one. Sorry about that. These things jump around when you try to grab them. So
Oh, I know. They're fast.
yeah. So what does that say? Lori Pachia said Barney Miller, but Abe Vigoda wasn't Barney Miller, but that wasn't a movie. That was a TV show. So we're looking for the name of a movie.
Okay, here we go. We're back to this one. This sounds familiar. Creepy B5.
Oh.
What movie does this quote come from? You might walk over here, but you're going to limp back. I don't know.
That would be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That would be my answer.
I want to say Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. Let us know what it is. Friends, Gur Roar. What 1960s French film was remade?
Oh, this is the one that
starring Richard Gere.
Breathless.
Okay, I don't know. We're
Okay,
gonna go
Breathless.
with that one.
Yeah, do me a favor, people. Do not ever watch the remake of Breathless. Watch the original. The original is one of my favorite all-time top 10 films. The remake was just like pathetic and disgusting.
Okay. Neen Polite question. In Inception, how many dream levels does the crew enter?
6. No, 10. 10. I'm going with 10.
I don't know. I'm just going to go, I don't know. And
I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's guessing. Let us know.
10.
Animal
I'm
Lover,
saying that.
Fletch. Yes, I do agree. Fletch is absolutely amazing. This is to the what Chevy Chase movie. Atkins in Texas. I think Atkins in Texas might be a movie buff. Question: what famous comedy western award-winning screenplay was written by William Goldman?
Oh, that would be Blazing Saddles.
Oh, okay. Great movie. Such a good movie.
Yeah, but we're not getting answers. We're not getting answers. Carolyn Wilson said Officer and a Gentleman. No, I don't think. Oh, no, she's.
There's
I
no
don't know
way
what-
he was in that. No.
Yeah, no, but I think that might have been an answer to what with the remake
Oh,
question.
okay.
But it's Breathless. I mean, Breathless is hardwired on my iPad. Like the little counter that says how many times you watched it on my it's like zeroed out because it's gone over 1 million. So, what is the best actor for
Ariel Serial. Question: Ingrid Bergman or Audrey Hepburn, and why?
So is that one of these?
That's for you. Nick. That's for you. That's for you.
Yeah, so I would say Audrey Hepburn only because Ingrid Bergman. To me, she always played an incredible actress. I'm sorry, you're talking Ingrid Bergman. Yeah, she was in. I mean, Ingrid Bergman was in Gaslight. She was the first person to ever be gaslit. Because I'm trying to think, she was in so many great movies. I think. This is really corny. I'm going to say it. I'm going to get really vulnerable and say it. Audrey Hepburn, because she looked like my mother.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
That's good. I get that. I get that.
Yeah,
That's an honest
I
answer.
should
Mitch. That's
pull up a
really-
picture of my mother and show you. You'd think that's Audrey Hepburn.
That's a really honest answer.
But also because the sort of breadth of material that she did, Ingrid Bergman generally played kind of the sort of melancholy lovers that ended up in some bad situation. Saratoga Trunk with Gary Cooper is a perfect example. One of my favorite films is overlooked by everybody. Anyway, so, but yeah, I just, she did comedy, I can't remember one, I can only remember one kind of Ingrid Bergman film, but I can remember so many kinds of Audrey Hepburn films, from comedies and traumatic films, and, so I'm going to go with Audrey Hepburn.
Awesome. Question. What film starred Chevy Chase, Demi Moore, John Candy, and Dan Aykroyd? And I know this movie, I just can't remember the name. It was a comedy ensemble, and it was like they go to this house somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And I cannot remember the name, but my parents used to make me watch this. I can't remember the name. Peter Anderson. Please let us know what it is. Mitch, you have any clue?
Yeah, well, no, I don't, because I just didn't watch a lot of those kind of movies. And Duchess Diana asked question, are you talking about Breathless 1983 with Richard Gere? Yes, to be avoided at all costs.
What? Matt Elliott, SPTV. Youngblood was Keanu's debut.
Oh my God. Thank you. Ding, 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 ding. This guy, don't answer any more questions for Matt Elliott. He's dangerous.
Okay. Amanda Beaumont, thank you so much. What flavor of Pop-Tarts does Buddy the Elf use in his spaghetti in Elf? I want to say strawberry.
Yeah, I didn't see Elf. That would be the generic answer. The safe answer would be strawberry.
Chat, you can attack Mitch all you want right now for have not seen Elf. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I never saw Elf. That's the one with, it's because it's with, what's his name? Who played Elf? Who started it?
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, not a fan. Although I did think he was pretty good. Yeah, like in my household, we will I wouldn't walk across the piss on a Will Ferrell film if it was on fire. Okay, that's kind of like, and I don't know why. There's just something about him. To me, he always comes off like he's trying to be funny. He's never funny. Like Will Ferrell is no Steve Martin. Okay, so but I must say I thought he was good in Barbie, but he's a ham actor in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just,
by the way, chat, you have my permission to go off on Mitch for those comments.
Oh yeah, you can. Please bring it on. I'll defend myself all night long on that. Like
my twin brother Justin loves him. And he's so good at doing impersonations of him. Come on, how did you not like him and Wahlberg in that cop movie? Have you not seen the cop movie with him and Wahlberg?
No. Why would I watch it? It's with Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Okay. So listen. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. For the first 10 years of Will Ferrell's career,
I wouldn't elaborate too much on this one, Mitch.
Yeah. No, it's totally fine. What's his name? I can't think of the guy's name. Greg Kinnear. Okay. Greg Kinnear, who's a wonderful actor and very funny and has a big range, has a very broad range. For about the first 10 years of Will Ferrell's career, they gave all of parts that should have gone to Greg Kinnear, they gave them to Will Ferrell. I'll give you a perfect example. They did a remake of A Dream of Jeannie, I think, with Will Ferrell and Nicole Kidman, right?
Yep.
Now, how much chemistry was there between the two of them? Like zero. Like that film does not work if there's not chemistry between those two people. But there's no way there's going to be chemistry between Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell. And I watched the film and I thought, this should be a really good film. And then I realized, that's because they didn't cast Greg Kinnear. If Greg Kinnear would have played opposite her, it would have been this amazingly brilliant film.
Right.
And then Will Ferrell, he did this one dramatic film, I forgot the name of it, where he played the author who was kind of wanting to unalive himself, the writer, whatever it was, the chat will remember. And he was really good at that. And I thought, Will, why are you just doing nothing but this shtick, hamming and mugging and playing, these ridiculous parts that are really just 5-minute skits on Saturday Night Live? Then here you are trying to stretch them into 2-hour movies and they suck and they don't work. Why don't you pursue dramatic acting? Because he was really good at that.
Right.
Okay, so I rest my case. Somebody want to come back at me? I don't care. Just remember, I don't dislike you. I dislike your choices. Okay.
He was so good. What in Wedding Crashers? Oh, anyways, that's a personal preference, and I understand.
Yeah, I mean, all of his movies, as far as I'm concerned, would be better as 5-minute skits on Saturday Night Live.
So.
I'm sorry. I'm just not a Will Ferrell
guys,
fan.
I now have my Mitch moment. So with Aaron, the fact that he was a prolific writer of reports in Scientology drives me insane.
Yeah.
Now the fact that Mitch does not like Will Ferrell, okay, so that's our big thing. That is our big thing. Mitch,
Yeah,
I
but
really am wondering if you know who this is.
okay, but listen, on the just on the bright side,
Yeah.
Sterling,
Yes.
I could compete with you for the fewest number of reports written while holding an important post. So I was like, I don't have time for this shit. I mean, my attitude was the same as yours. So anyway,
it
yeah,
was
totally.
so
It's just stupid.
I couldn't
When you said you had all the ethics conditions on your computer and you just retype them, I had the exact same thing. I mean, I had them like graded, like in folders, conditions. It would take me 2 seconds to write up a condition. Reports I never wrote.
It's funny because there's certain things that all of us have that one or two things that we're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's stupid.
Yeah, no, it's totally dumb.
Like contact assist. Anyways, question: which movie that a Scientologist starred in had a scene that was filmed backwards?
Oh, backwards. The Scientologist starred in. Well, there's not many Scientologists. There's John. There's that guy Tom Cruise. There's Vonnie Ribisi. That's the high-paid stuntman. What's his name? Stuntman. That's Tom Cruise. And then there's Vonnie Ribisi. And then there's filmed backwards. The only a scene was filmed backwards. The only film I can really think of that had a scene filmed backwards was Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula, but that wasn't. There were no Scientologists in that.
All right, so we're gonna have to, guys. You're gonna have to tell us in the chat.
Yeah, I have no idea. Let's not forget the girls. I mean, it could have been, what's her name? Blah 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 or blah blah. I'm so bad. Somebody said Kirstie Alley. Life of Brian, a mere flesh wound. That's a good quote. I'm sorry, I should have put that up. That was where the hell was it? Could you see it?
Let me see if I can find it. I know what that is. It's Monty Python, right?
Yeah. Life of Brian. Yeah.
So good.
That's I wanted to give the person credit for it, but
come back here, I can bite you to death.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, hey, let's put this up. I really appreciate people.
Go for it.
Jazzy, does that say Jazzy? My fucking vision is all fucked up tonight. I think I need new glasses. It says best actress for me was Katharine Hepburn. What a great choice. I mean, we're definitely getting like a top 10 list here because it's like you can't really refute any of these.
Here, this one came up, Mitch. The inappropriate heifer. The other guys, that was the Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell one, was hilarious.
So if I'm really bored one night and I come across it, I'll give it a shot because, I mean, I certainly have nothing against Mark Wahlberg. I think he's done some interesting films. He has a really good screen presence. I don't know. Will Ferrell is like, it just bugs me. I don't know what it is. It's kind of a household thing at the Brisker house because all of us are kind of like me and my brother.
That's funny because, Will Ferrell is definitely one of those people that people quote quite a bit and talk about. Anyways, but I actually know another person that can't stand Will Ferrell. So that's interesting to me. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Are they also sort of narcissistic, erudite, overly academic cineasta like me?
No, they're not. They're a complete pain in the ass, though.
Oh, okay. Well, thank God I'm not that. Okay.
That's so true. Oh, wait a second. You've got some people in here. Anne from Massachusetts. Sorry, Sterling.
Hello, Anne.
I'm not a Will Ferrell fan either. Okay.
Thank you, Anne.
Okay.
I got some backup. Thank you for the backup.
Definitely backup on that one. There's a lot of Owen Wilson comments in here too. Owen Wilson can be a little annoying. I agree with you.
Yeah, no, but I can take Owen Wilson. He's real. He's real. He's like, he was one of these guys that was like back when he and I can't remember his director friend. I guess Wes Anderson. Or who was it?
Yeah,
who
Wes
did?
Anderson. That's what he's done.
Yeah, when they did Bottle Rocket, they were like film students, and they sort of drew straws, something like that, for who was going to act in the movie. And so he got one of the acting parts and turned out to be brilliant and made an amazing career out of it. So I can sort of appreciate that because I knew those guys in film school. They're just like, okay, I'll act in this film. And then they're really good, because they were never really serious about it. But he's done some good work.
No, he's good.
I like that whole crowd, that whole Wes Anderson crowd. I think they do some great work.
So Jazzy J answered our question. Ed Norton and Richard Gere were in the movie Primal Fear.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Matt Elliott, SPTV. More cowbell was Christopher Walken. Yes, that was Christopher Walken, but that was Will Ferrell hitting the cowbell.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
one
but
of
it
the
could have
best-
it could have been anybody. It was Christopher Walken that made it funny, not Will Ferrell. But anyway, stop putting me in a position where I have to impugn Will Ferrell. Let's just be done with it
Corral. I agree.
because
with
I
you,
really, I'm a big Greta Gerwig fan, and I really like Barbie, and I thought she made some amazing casting choices in there, and I think giving that part to Will Ferrell as the sort of really twisted CEO of Mattel was a great call. So
Okay, here we go. Another one for you, Amanda Beaumont. So if a triggered, I actually never seen Elf. I cheated like Mitch guessed and Googled movie trivia questions.
yeah, no, that's totally fine. You're expected to cheat. We want you to cheat. We want you to make it hard, and I personally want you to not like Will Ferrell. Yeah, saying that about him might be worse than like I might get more blowback than Formosa because you never know. These guys are like,
Yeah, right. They're definitely going to go after you for that one. OBG Foster. Katharine Hepburn was in Desk Set. Okay. Didn't know that. Afila's in the house. Okay. Oh, wait a second. This sounds familiar. Peter Anderson, name this film. So the combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the stupidest combination I've ever heard in my life. That's the kind of thing an idiot would have on his luggage.
or all of us.
Is that not Spaceballs? I thought that was Spaceballs.
I don't know. I don't recognize that.
Peter, let me know what that is. I thought that was Spaceballs. I'm picking the easier questions, guys. Oh, Spaceballs. Yes. Matt
Yeah,
Elliott.
good job. Good job.
Spaceballs. Yay. I got one. Interesting. Okay, someone got Spaceballs.
Oh, hold on. Wait, put this up. Thank you, Marilyn. Answer. Mitch was right about the first Tom Hanks Oscar
What?
nomination.
No.
It was big. Well, actually, was it the winner nomination? Because I think the question was when, but at least.
No, it was nomination.
Yeah, well, yeah. Thank you, Marilyn. Thanks for correcting that. I'll have to send you another mug now. Anyway, so the two different types of measure. What? Oh, this is bizarre. This is a thinking man's question. Yeah, which means that you and I are going to suck at it. Okay, this is Michael Weircoop. Did I say Wincoop? Thank you. Question: what two major actors started two different types of major movie series? Oh man, that's
Wait,
a
what
little
two major
unspecific.
actors starred in two different type of major movie series? I get what he's saying. So it would be, I want to say Henry Cavill. No, because he didn't star.
No, I know he didn't.
Well, Tom Cruise is one of them. For sure.
Yeah, he's done a few series. I mean, he did
Yeah.
Mission Impossible. He did. He's done
Yeah.
at least two that I can think of.
But I don't know who the other one is. Two different types.
Would that have been Arnold? He did two different types. No, not
No,
series.
It's got to be a series, right?
Yeah, we're talking series. Well, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. was in Marvel, and he was in the guy. What's his name?
Sherlock Holmes. You're
Sherlock
right.
Holmes. So he was in both of those series.
So
I
that's
think
the
we've got
answer.
two.
Okay,
I
that's
think
two.
we won. We won. We got two. So. Oh
Kim
yeah,
White.
right. Here's a really good answer from Ariel Serial, Harrison
Oh.
Ford, Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
Thank
That
you.
is a great answer.
Fantastic.
Okay,
this
here we
is so
go.
true. Kim White,
we're
Barbie Slade, Tom Cruise,
we're
Mission
actually
Impossible.
I just clicked on one and you clicked on another one. Okay, we got to work
Sorry.
this out. Okay, you click on one.
Okay, that's mine. I'm done. Your turn.
Barbie, Slade, Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible this summer. I wouldn't say Slade, but definitely but really what hurt them was Oppenheimer, because Oppenheimer was so big. Mission Impossible was supposed to go back into theaters, And basically the Oppenheimer people said, "FO, as soon as this thing runs out of steam, we promise we'll let you back in." So yeah, he got a little bit of crap for he got shit on a little bit, but
Your turn, Mitch.
I had one there. Somebody says this is too chaotic. Okay, well, there's like 4 billion other stations on YouTube. You can, if you want to switch to I just dropped my Tranks channel. Yeah, okay, so maybe we should try to be a little more organized. Okay, let me just...
No. I think we're doing good. We have participation from the chat. Most of them are enjoying it. They're giving a lot of good questions and answers.
Yeah, a lot of.
So I'm
Hold
good
on.
with that.
What is your
We
favorite
can't
quote
be
from a
everyone's
movie?
cup of tea.
Well, my favorite quote from a movie, I think I've said this before. This is from O.B.G. Foster.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite quote from a movie is this one from Lawrence of Arabia, which, if you've seen it, towards the end of the film, the Claude Rains character is asking the T.E. Lawrence character, Peter O'Toole. He says to him, they're having a conversation about telling the truth, and the character says to Lawrence, he says, a man who tells a man who tells a lie, a man who tells a lie hides the truth, but a man who tells a half lie forgot where he put it. And to me, that is just an amazing piece of truth.
That's really
okay,
good.
great. And the crowd goes wild. Oh my God, what a quote! They're like, huh?
Mitch, there's no clapping on YouTube. Don't worry about it.
No,
Dude.
I know that, but I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking, yeah. So
I thought that was a great quote.
Just remember, kids, a man who tells a half truth forgot where he put it.
Question: who said, and what movie line was said? There's no crying in baseball.
Oh, that would be the one with the girls. That would
Tom
be
Hanks and League of Their Own.
Yeah, League of Their Own. Thank you. Of course, you would know that. You're a baseball. Is there a baseball film you've never seen?
It's a baseball one. It's not even fair.
Not even fair. And not only that, it's a really good film. Forgetting the fact that, beside the fact that it's a baseball film, it's a really good film. Okay.
Oh, this is a good one. Your turn, actually, Mitch. I don't want to keep pulling up something.
Yeah. I don't really see what. I'm sorry to say that, but
I got one.
Yeah, okay.
Matt Elliott, MASPTV Canada. Favorite quote: "Every man dies, but not every man really lives." Which movie?
Oh no, I don't even answer questions from him because he's like on the dark side of the moon.
I know the movie, Matt. I just can't remember it. I want to say Gladiator, but I don't think that's what it is. So let us know because that sounds fantastic. Atkins in Texas, time for a cocktail. I agree. Mitch, do you want to nail some questions here and then call it a night?
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Okay, good deal. Let me see what I got. Guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and put question in the chat. We'll answer it. We're going to continue doing this on Tuesday night. I think we're going to come up with some fun little games and activities we can do where you can pick our brains as well and get to know us a little better. Okay,
good. So listen, absolutely. And hopefully next time we're going to have Ray back because she really wanted to be here. So let's see. I had some starred ones. We already answered the Christmas movie one, and Whitney had cleared this up for us. So it's Witness, as in her name, Whitney.
Whitney, yep.
I'm assuming that's a female. It could be either. That's kind of a gender neutral name. And then this is, I got to put this one up, Duchess Diana. Thanks. I love your movie trivia program. Mitch is the best. Well, it's only the best because I have Sterling here. This is definitely a bros club. Okay, so don't forget. Except without Rachel, it's just like we need that balance because it's just like. Okay, so here Matt Elliott said, I was just about to watch Die Hard before going to bed tonight, but then got this notification, so I guess I'll see Hans Gruber fall off Nakatomi Plaza tomorrow. Yeah, it's on your hard drive, so don't worry about it. Okay, and this says, Island Lady, hi, Mitch and Sterling, coming in from Charleston, South Carolina. Looking forward to movie trivia. Okay. Yeah, I think we mentioned this. Serial said Lord of the Rings came out on Christmas.
Someone asked me last night, Mitch, if Lord of the Rings was a Christmas movie, and I said no, absolutely not. So maybe it's
you were wrong about that. But keep in mind that we are defining a Christmas movie as a movie you can go and see on Christmas. Now, what does this say? Question: what did you actually do at Gap? Were you involved in any film production? Do you use any of that knowledge outside? I wonder, is this for me? This is
It
weird.
was
I mean,
for you. It couldn't be for me.
I wonder I don't even remember mentioning that, but I did before I ever worked for Gold. I did commercials for the Gap, but that was back in the days before they were hip and groovy. They were really lame, and they were fall into the Gap. They had this really stupid jingle, and you couldn't put jeans on a person unless they were perfectly creased. So no, I don't use that information for anybody. But I did a lot of interesting commercials before I worked for the church. How many people knew? This is from Michael Winkcoop.
Yes.
Question: how many people knew Vader was Luke's father? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I guess George Lucas and the entire crew and the producers. You mean in the story, like who knew? I don't know. I think Princess Leia might have known. She might have. Maybe she had the. I don't know. Is there an answer to that?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah. This one says, do you know?
I do.
A question. Do you know who said, "I am and always have been your friend"?
Yes.
That's from Duchess Diana. Go ahead, Sterling.
That is Spock, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I wish I could click this off and the answer would pop up.
I know. That'd be cool. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah, so I guess this is an answer. Pulp
Yeah.
Fiction. This is from Gems of SBTV. Answer: Pulp Fiction. The scene when Travolta puts a needle into Thurman's chest to revive her. It was filmed with him taking the needle out. And the film was run backwards.
Got it.
Oh,
Got
thank
it.
you so much. So
Yeah.
that wasn't even, that was actually, I'm going to sort of disqualify that question because the question was what scene? And that was a sequence. I mean, that was a shot. That wasn't a scene. That was one shot. So that's the reason why we couldn't get it.
That's not the reason
So,
why.
no, but that, yeah, me neither. But that was a great question. Yeah, thanks for asking it. And I think we're almost done with these starred ones.
We're close. We're close.
What does this say? This says
Same
Pulp
one.
Fiction. That was that. And
Oh, this one's for me. M. Volmer 80. Question: haven't you been answering questions?
I think
No,
you've
we've
answered
been
quite a
asking
few.
questions, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been asking and answering, but thank you so much for that. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, good. We're done. That's fantastic. No more questions, guys.
Thank you so much. Hey, everyone that came tonight and participated.
Oh, can I show you one thing before we go?
Yeah, what is it?
This is really funny. Okay, so because I'm famous for calling attention to myself because that's why I live, right? No, I've been, I've been doing a lot of media because people are interested in the book, and I'm going to only show you like the first 10 seconds of this, but I did last week. I'm trying to think. I did like a sequel. I did what do you call it? Like a scene for RTL TV in Germany, which is one of the biggest, maybe the biggest television station in Germany. So I was told they shot it, they got it out really quick, and they said they were going to send me links. They never did. A friend of mine in Germany saw it and pointed his camera, his iPhone at the fucking TV and like recorded it and sent it to me. And when I saw the woman who presented it, I was really shocked. You got to check this out.
Tom Cruise ist in Wahrheit ein Opfer von Scientology.
Hold on, I'm going to run that again.
Ist ein bekennendes Mitglied der Scientology-Kirche, aber dieser Mann hier behauptet jetzt, Tom Cruise ist in Wahrheit ein Opfer von Scientology und dessen Anführer.
I mean, we don't have newscasters like that in America. There I am up on Mall, and hey, listen, look at this. I think that's Tom's new girlfriend. She looks a little like Katie Holmes, no?
Oh, she's way hotter than Katie Holmes.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so I thought you'd get a kick out of that because I was really shocked when I saw that. I was like, what? So, but anyway, I'll get links to the actual show and I'll post it because it was pretty darn funny.
Mitch was on the cover of National Enquirer at my grocery store the other day.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, here it is. There it is. Yeah. Again, this is just getting the message out. It's really crazy. I mean, these people, I have not been pursuing them, but I'm happy to get this because I like to read my horoscope. It's always good. And there's my favorite column in National Enquirer, which is, I think I can show this on YouTube, which is Pillow Talk and Prostitutes. I really love that one. So hopefully we didn't get demonetized on that one. But anyway, so yeah, love National Enquirer. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. They just they call. I mean, they called. They're like, "Hey, can we do an interview with you?" I'm like, "When?" Now. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, go." So and then they did this thing where on the cover, this is so awesome. They called me a church leader. Okay, do you know how much that's going to piss people off? Like that is just, there are people at OSA, people at wherever, Dave's people, and they're like, ah, they refer to him as a church leader. I am not and never have been a church leader, but I love the National Choir said that because it's so over the top.
It makes it official. It makes it official.
Yeah, it's just over the top. It's ridiculous, but you know, it helps to get the message out, and that's all that matters.
It absolutely does. M. Volmer, Sterling, it was meant to be a joke. Yes, I know, actually. That's why I pulled it up. I thought it was pretty funny. So thank you so much. All right. I think that's it. I mean,
yeah, I just wanted to share that little wonderfulness of homegrown German talent, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess like if they don't get their news in that kind of format, they're like complaining, like what? Like this isn't the news. What happened to the pretty girl? Anyway, could you imagine if they did that in America? Jeez, that would be like crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, Mitch, let's shoot for doing this next week again.
Yeah, for sure, and yeah, for sure, same time.
Absolutely. And then same time, same place. What's the phrase? What's the outro for the newscaster? Same time. No, that's Batman. Same channel, same bat channel.
Yeah. No, Edward R. Murrow. We'll have to look that one up because that from the 50s, the famous journalist, TV journalist Edward R. Murrow. He had a great one. So
is it good? That's good night, good or what?
Yeah. Well, good night and good luck. That was Edward R. Murrow. That's that they made the movie about.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would say good night and good luck. So from Sterling and I, good night and good luck.
No. Good night, good luck for Mitch. For me, it's same bat time, same bat channels. See you guys next Tuesday.
Okay. Good night. So yeah, here, let me.